Now, that lack of water in Polokwane and Limpopo as a whole has affected animals as well as the SABC news team that is in Polokwane at a game reserve to check what the local municipality is doing to ensure that there is consistent supply of water. Let's take you there now, crossing to our SABC news reporter Katlego Nyoni. Katlego, Limpopo water issues, you know, we speak about the projects such as the Giyani water projects, which the Deputy President and Minister of Water and Sanitation took an undertaking to visit last year. But talk to us about the picture as we go into this budget speech and, of course, what people will be expecting given the water issues in Limpopo province.
Certainly, the Sakina, large parts of the province do indeed experience severe water shortages. For example, the Giyani bulk water project still remains incomplete, where you still have villages that do not have access to clean running water. Towards the end of 2024, some parts of the province like Dzumeri and Sinwabarana, which is where we were reporting from on that package, experienced severe heat, severe drought, leading to situations where you see dried riverbeds where livestock as well as people do not have water now. In the Polokwane area for the 2024-2025 financial year, the municipality had set aside a total budget of 6 billion rand. Now, from that 6 billion rand, about 206 million has been set aside for bulk water infrastructure provision. This is to make sure that areas such as Seshego, areas such as Lewakomu, areas such as Mankweng do have access to water. Of course, infrastructure will feature when the minister delivers the budget speech later this afternoon. We are reporting now from the Polokwane Game Reserve here in Polokwane, and we are joined by the executive mayor of the city, that is Makoro John Mpe. Thank you very much for your time this morning. Water scarcity is an issue. Polokwane is also affected and residents are impacted by this in areas such as Seshego. You have set aside a budget of about 6 billion rand, which was approved by council. Is this enough, Executive Mayor?
Well, it is not enough. It is never enough because the challenges of water shortage in Polokwane, we've got a deficit that has surpassed 78 megaliters a day. So we believe that while we've got projects that we have, we are ready to implement, some are on implementation, the challenge of financial resources remain, and we understand the economic challenges and some of the challenges even at the national level. So we've got projects. For example, we have completed the Seshego plant. Is a state-of-the-art hybrid plant that is giving us about 8 megaliters. Just last year we have completed it. It is starting to show some impact. We've got a Sand River North plant that where we are using the advantage of some of the boreholes, because in Polokwane, unfortunately, you will have to also go to the underground water in order to augment our main sources, and our main sources are Ebenezer, a dam, as well as the Olifantspoort. All of them, each, the Ebenezer is giving us around 31 megaliters a day, and 27 megaliters a day on the Olifantspoort. So our view is that we would want to have more resources, as you know, to try and those projects that we believe that they can augment in the meantime or in the medium term, meaning the Sand River North can also be completed, where we need about 100 million. We also have got a project that in the main is on the around Mankweng, where we have discovered that we can also get around 11 megaliters of water, and also an upgrade on our water system, which is called Tepnodir water a scheme, which will also give us some other extra 4-5 megaliters, so that in the meantime we can be able to ensure that we reduce the high level of deficit that we still have, particularly in the urban complex. But we are working very hard with Lepelle Northern Water. As you know, we are a municipality that do not owe its own utilities. So the problem will not be that we are not paying our utilities. Both Eskom and Lepelle Northern Water are always paid on time. So we believe that we've got a plan, both in a short term, medium term and long term, to deal with the crisis of water.
Thank you. Just the last one from me, Executive Mayor. There were grants that were returned back to Treasury. As you know, today is that all-important day after the postponement of the budget speech by Minister Enoch Godongwana. Your municipality returned some millions of rands back to Treasury. You forfeited them, meaning that they were not utilized for what they were intended for. Can you talk to me about that very briefly?
Well, I think if you check Polokwane, particularly this financial year, we have improved in terms of our expenditure. The integrated urban development grant, we are almost actually would be on 100%, so we will not be able to return which is also can be utilized for water. But in the main, the RPIC, we are on 100%. We will not be retaining any money. We of course struggle with the water service infrastructure grant, which we have made a turnaround on it, so that we can actually complete all the intended projects. So I can assure you that from the previous years, since 2021, Polokwane has been on a move towards spending its own grant 100%. What we need is an additional grant. For example, on RPIC, we've got also challenges of the wastewater treatment plant, where we needed an extra finance. That is why the minister have actually dedicated a team from infrastructure finance within the National Treasury to help us to also access other funding in order for us to complete all our projects.
Are you hoping to become a metro after this financial season?
Well, we have improved our grading to grade 6, which is where all the metropolitans are, and we are hoping that through demarcation we should be able to make our submission. But what is important for us is to grow the economy of Polokwane and make sure that we are able to create the much needed jobs and improve the quality of life of our residents. So that is why we have concentrated on more bringing more investments to Polokwane, both public and private sector investments. So we are confident that we should be able to become a metropolitan very soon.
Thank you very much. That's the Executive Mayor of the City of Polokwane, John Sakina. Back to you.
Thanks so much, Katlego Nyoni, and of course we'll wait to hear what comes the way of Limpopo in terms of that particular budget and the water issues faced there.